Is it going up too?
What's that?
The insurance.
I'm going to assume it will. I don't know that because right now we've got a guy that's going to talk to us about getting a different policy that's a little bit better. We've got several different aspects we have to look at on that.
Could y'all look at the aspect that nobody that I've talked to in OKWA likes this bull BS of having to not being able to enter a kid if they're not on the roster first? I mean, all those, I mean, it seems like big government. You just keep making laws and making laws and making laws, and pretty soon you can't do nothing without, you know, somebody coming after you on it.
Not only us, it's high school coaches too that don't like it. I think a lot of high school coaches
really fast
about it.
Youth wrestling.
And if you look at how many tournaments have had to cancel this year because lack of entries, we think numbers are down in the whole OKWA over this deal.
Yeah, I agree.
And is everybody going to be able to look at this insurance policy and see exactly, you know?
Carl put something out on OK Wrestle. If you have questions about the insurance policy we're going to have, you need to get with Carl. Because in all honesty, that question I cannot answer because we have not had a sit-down meeting with the insurance people right now.
What exactly is this insurance going to cover?
This insurance is supposed to, yes, supposed to. Now that's the best I can tell you right now. It is supposed to cover coaches, kids from practice site to and from at practice site.
Injury, the insurance will cover.
If you don't have a primary, it will become your primary.
So you mean if I got a school bus or someone, you know, I got our club a bus, and I load that bus up with all of my kids, and I pull out and I get hit in a wreck, that insurance is going to cover all my kids where like it won't leave Chickasha reliable where they're able to get sued.
That's its intention.
But now say, okay, I've got insurance on my child through my work, but then they won't pay anything on that because I already have a primary insurance?
Yes, it will become your secondary, so it'll take up the deductible.
What if they're on government insurance, like Sooner Care? Something like that, will it cover them? I guess it really doesn't matter.
No, it will be, if you already have a primary, it will become your secondary.
I just don't know why we're having to go ahead and pay for it, we don't even know what policy we're getting.
Yeah. You get that in money somewhere.
And that's a
I
lot of
understand that
money.
part.
We're going to have
I wish they
half
would have come
down.
out and said, hey, this is what we're going to do, instead of just saying.
We have to have half down.
Then what they should have done was put all that here
like?
earmarked to just let it set.
And then again, I can't answer that until I see it.
Can't answer it, but that's just what I'm saying. What if the deductible for each wrestler, if they get hurt, is $3,000 or $4,000?
I don't think it's going to be that. I really don't. I think it's going to be a whole lot. It's going to be supposed to be better than the card that you have to buy that you go to Texas. Yeah.
That's $40 for that.
Yeah. It's $25 a card. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
No, that's been more than 20.
That's
Yeah.
$40.
More years ago. Small too. I'm never paying $10.
But it does
Yeah.
pay. I used it for cable cover last year.
Plus
It's supposed to be a good thing.
Well, I know I like to know what I'm getting before I put any money out there.
Oh, we'll definitely know what we're getting before we give them any money. So.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, we've already given our money.
So we weren't giving
Is there a term, are we doing a term now for the OKWA president that's involved? Carl, for instance, is he
It's
going to be?
3
Supposed to be a
years.
three-year term.
Okay, so Russ, was he doing it every 3 years? Is this a new thing?
No, it
Russ
was every
was
3 years.
forever.
It was every 3 years?
It was every 3 years with Russ.
Russ is, as long as I've been there.
As long as
Russ has
I've been there, Russ has been there.
Yes.
He just
Who
keeps getting.
votes on him?
The board votes on him, but she can ask you what happened. Ask her what happened at the state tournament.
The boards consist of what?
The regional tournament directors.
But the regional directors are the only ones that get a vote.
No, I don't have a vote.
Yeah.
She didn't get a
Now,
She'll get
the problem with that
directors,
was,
the
and she can
regional
attest to
directors.
this, we had talked to Lee, we had talked to Carl, we had talked to Brian Organ. We had it all figured out. Okay, we're going to get rid of this guy at this point in time. What happened?
Lee Lamlow came back and said, oh, I'll renominate you. You gotta be out of your flipping mind.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
I thought he was gonna cry because he didn't want Russ to leave.
Yeah. I had to nominate Carl. Carl actually had to vote for himself to get it passed.
But I tried to vote and I was told I didn't have a vote. I voted for that. I'm sorry. you
It's
didn't
2
vote.
and 2. It's always 2 and 2.
It's always 2 and 2. You got that right.
Yeah.
You've been there too.
Southern and Central gonna be together,
Northeast and Northwest.
That's it.
Y'all need a tiebreaker in there.
We do now. We have one.
Who is
That's
it?
Carl.
Cause see, before, Russell would always go north,
Yes,
east,
he
and
would.
Well,
west.
heck, yeah, that's where he's
Always.
at, yeah.
Seems like it's kind of just, you know, whoever can get their people in there to get what they want done. It don't seem like any of the teams that consist of the OKWA have a damn say-so at all about what happens up in there. You know, and we're the ones
It's
that
tough.
it affects.
It's
you know?
tough.
It's tough all over, man.
Why
It's
can't,
tough.
Kind of.
It's tough.
why
Shit,
can't
guys.
just like all of like us, like the coaches or the representatives, the presidents of the clubs, why can't they go to the meetings?
Yeah.
What's the reason behind that?
It's in the bylaws, it's the best I can tell you. That's the way they wrote it up, that's the way it was set up a
Who
long
wrote the
time ago.
bylaws?
Can you check on that?
You know, I think it was Jack Roller, Russ Lane, and there was somebody from our region at one time who put on the first state tournament at the Coliseum, which was a farce. I cannot remember that guy's name.
But the state of
But he was
Oklahoma
one.
does have an open meeting act now, so legally, you cannot close that meeting to anybody. Because you have to abide by the Oklahoma Open Meeting Act.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. That's news to
We
me.
can't have no board, like the board members that we have here that's on our board, they can't go to the state meeting,
I
would
can
you?
go.
They-
I
Shan
can
can
go.
go.
As of January
she
the
has
first,
no- she has
anybody
no
can.
voting
It's an
rights.
open
Steve
meeting.
can
So then
invite
we
you
should all
as
go to
special
the
guests
next
every once in a while, but
She gotta know when they are, though.
It's out there. It's
Yeah, I know.
in the
I
bylaws.
knew that.
Yeah, don't.
I was thinking out
Is
loud.
there some way I can get in contact just to find out why it's like that? I just wanna know why. I mean, I'm
in the
probably would
bylaws.
never go. I know it's in the bylaws, but who could I contact to see why it's in the bylaws?
Well, I tell you what.
Because I know a lot of
the
times they
easiest-
may
the
have
easiest
problems
way,
beforehand.
because I don't always write things down. The easiest way I can say that if you want issues or you want anything done, you need to write it down. You need to email it to me or send it to me. Attach your club name and your representative, whoever is your representative, to that, and get it to me. And I will see that it's heard.
Well, you know, according to my information that I've received on nonprofit organizations and
Not for profit. There you
not-for-profit
go.
incorporation,
Not-for-profit.
right?
Yes, not for
Not-for-profit
profit.
incorporation, legally, aren't they supposed to supply their financial records or any other records to members of their incorporated?
You're asking for financial statements, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, and again, you and I have addressed this numerous times. I can't give you what I don't get. I can't. Now, you as an OKWA member, if you felt so strongly about that, you should have stood up and said something. Hey, I want this, get it for me now. You didn't. You didn't address that until all this stuff happened.
I want the bank records from United States, please.
You have the statements.
That's all we're gonna get, right? Okay. All right, I'm done. That's all the information I needed.
But I mean, these really aren't.
The receipts.
Bank
They're not
statements.
sent.
They're receipts.
They're not.
They're just
I don't
receipts.
know about getting bad debt, personally getting paid for state like
You still haven't got your money.
what do
I sent him another email and everything. He hadn't got a club.
From what I was told, said that they outed him from the state tournament, I believe, and he had no control of any of that.
When did he send you that?
Well, that should have been the state tournament director, the one that should have paid you your money.
Yeah.
The state tournament director, Tiffany, paid Orndorff their money.
It doesn't matter.
And Orndorff was supposed to get their money to them, and I've been in contact with 2 or 3 times, matter of fact, the other
Bad
day.
on her, in that group. What team is she from?
I'm just
I wrote
gonna-
everything down.
Send
Randy,
that.
I might have her email address.
It won't do any good, she'll just be rude and shut you off.
I'll just send
Yeah,
it.
don't, that does absolutely no good to send an email to Tiffany.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question about
Sure.
the general?